Thanks for joining us on this edition of National Focus. I'm Lourianne Graham Carter. Coming up, Honorable Prime Minister offers assistance to charitable organizations, Caribbean CBI countries collaborate for stronger program, and His Excellency Savarin and health officials make annual visit to the Princess Margaret Hospital. Stay with us for the details of these and other stories after this.
Child abuse is unacceptable. Child abuse is not cultural, it is criminal. And one child abuse is one too many.
For more information on child abuse or to report suspected cases on child abuse, contact the Social Welfare Division on 33 Great Marlborough Street or call 266-3020 or 266-3080.
Thank you for staying with us. As a gesture of benevolence to the various charitable organizations, the Honorable Prime Minister Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit met with managers of charitable organizations on Thursday to offer government's additional assistance to meet some of these organizations' urgent needs. The Honorable Prime Minister met with the Dominica Infirmary, Parents Advocating for the Rights of Children with Disabilities, Inclusion in Society's PACIS, House of Hope, Grotto Home for the Homeless, Maho Senior Citizens Home, Operation Youthquake, Northern District Home for the Aged, Chances, and Workshop for the Blind. The objective of the meeting was to discuss the organization's challenges and how they believe the government can assist. After the meeting, the Honorable Prime Minister committed to address three major issues.
One, to provide training for all of the employees of those institutions, and the state will underwrite the cost of the training, and with a view to providing certification to those trainees. And I've asked the Ministry of Social Services to collaborate with the State College to produce a module that will provide care and training for those persons providing care to the vulnerable groups in society. Secondly is to provide direct financial support to addressing some of the challenges with the facilities themselves. So the number of institutions that have challenges in terms of capital works. The third thing is the recurrent costs, because I know of the challenges that they have sometimes. While the government provides a subvention, sometimes in many instances the subvention is not sufficient, and they have to be soliciting support from the private sector and civil society. But that support is not in a consistent manner, so it is not a commitment for an every month subvention in some cases. So there are challenges, and the government's intention there is to seek to minimize on those challenges that they're having. We're not able to eliminate it all at once because the state can't do everything, but certainly we will try our best to fill the gap and to address some of the challenges which you're experiencing.
The nation's leader hopes that if all the organizations work within the stipulated time, they will receive the support they require within a week of the meeting. Another recommendation of the Prime Minister was that the organizations meet and discuss obtaining insurance as a group.
Clearly, the facilities must be insured because they have people residing there 24 hours, 7 days a week. And once you have facilities like that, it's required, a standard requirement is that you have this insurance. And a brilliant idea came forward by one of the institutions, say, well, why don't we get together and approach an insurance company and go as a group so we can get some group discounts. So they will do so, and we will support them with the funds required to have those buildings insured.
The Honorable Minister for Social Services, Lady Catherine Daniel, told GIS News that besides being timely, this meeting brought hope to the organizations which care for the vulnerable persons of society.
And today's meeting really showed them the caring nature of the Dominica Labour Party government through the leadership of the Prime Minister Skerrit. And it was not just a talk out, but it was really knowing what is needed to bring relief, greater relief to the residents at the various institutions. And I think if we have this dialogue more often with the government and the leaders of this institution, then we are on our way to making Dominica a really great place to live in. In this Christmas season, what better joy can come to these people than getting the hope of having, their institutions and the environment being placed in a better, in a conducive way for living.
President of the youngest of the organizations, Parents Advocating for the Rights of Children with Disabilities Inclusion in Society, Ainsworth Irish, considers the meeting on Thursday as a noble exercise.
The Prime Minister here, expressed his concern and delight as to what we are doing is mainly voluntary work, but again, we are extremely delighted and happy for the assistance that the government of Dominica and again, Prime Minister Skerrit has showed the importance of having this social net and this program in place. And I'm sure before long we're going to get the necessary financial input. Already we are getting a subvention from government of $150,000 we just got recently. But of course, he said he will meet the deficit and the shortfall. And I think today has been a really good, noble exercise. And I think I can only hope that, persons will continue to understand that, yes, these persons are challenged one way or the other, but they belong to society. And I think the government have really appreciated that sort of work that is being done towards these children and these various institutions. And I'm sure we will get the needed assistance.
The Honorable Prime Minister has committed to addressing the infrastructural needs of the organizations, as well as increasing subventions and providing additional staff to the facilities. And the 5 Eastern Caribbean countries engaged in the Citizenship by Investment program are looking to establish a stronger regulatory framework with the hopes of becoming more effective and competitive on the global market. On Thursday, the Citizenship by Investment Programs Association, CIPA, began its 5th meeting at the Fort Young Hotel. CIPA was formed just over a year ago with the primary aim of establishing collaboration among the 5 countries promoting the CBI program in the Eastern Caribbean. Collaboration specifically as it relates to the due diligence process of the industry. CBI unit representatives and agents from these 5 countries, namely St. Kitts, Antigua, Grenada, St. Lucia and Dominica, are meeting here for 2 days of discussions which will help formalize the association. The Honorable Minister for Foreign Affairs, Francine Barron, spoke on behalf of the Honorable Prime Minister.
While our efforts have been laudable in following best practice and in maintaining strict due diligence procedures, it is to our benefit to strive always for enhanced systems and practice. If we are to truly embrace an integrated approach with our programs, we need to think and act in unity. And this can only be effectively achieved if we have a single standardized regulatory system, one that amalgamates the very best of the 5 islands and simultaneously goes beyond the expectations of the agents and clients that we engage, and at the same time engenders the confidence of our global allies. To ensure consistency, we have to work in concert to formulate standard regulations for all our nations to be implemented unfailingly across all stages of the citizenship application process.
The initiative for CIPA came from international investigative due diligence company IPSA, which felt Caribbean islands could benefit more from collaboration as opposed to competition. Thomas Anthony of the Citizenship by Investment Unit of Antigua shed some light on the association's first meeting in St. Kitts.
After all, the passport of Dominica gives one right of establishment in the other OECS countries. And so we felt that collaboration was indeed necessary. And so going back more than a year ago, our first meeting was held in St. Kitts. And it was quickly established that there were some areas that we could rally around. And one of those being setting standards having to do with the requirements for applicants, having to do with the documentation that needed to be provided from applicants, and having to do with the background check that's done, so that all of us would benefit from having the same multi-tiered due diligence background check.
He said At that first meeting, it was also decided that countries would share information on application denials so that applicants who were refused entry in one state would not be able to apply to another. Anthony further revealed that the Joint Regional Communications Center in Barbados would be the central point for such information. Meetings were also held in Barbados and Antigua. Head of Dominica CBI Unit Emmanuel Nanton says over the next 2 days, countries will discuss how a unified goal of prosperity for the Caribbean can be achieved as one Caribbean Citizenship by Investment program is promoted for the OECS.
We will also look at current endeavors to bring together all actors in the citizenship by investment market, filtering down to worldwide agents and promoters, and what actions we can take or should take for the future in developing our programs. It is always a pleasure to exchange views with you, to compare our methodologies, and to seek to establish best practices by likening our experiences and know-how. Due diligence streamline processing, the documentary requirements are all topics that are high in our minds and that are important, and we remain watchful for these issues throughout the discussions that we'll be having today and tomorrow. As always, I look forward to working closely with you as we shape our program and units into becoming better instruments for national development.
You're watching National Focus. More when we return.
I had a bleeding disorder that I did not know about, and they had to be transfusing me continuously. I got 56 units.
Being there at the blood bank, I was like, yo, I'm actually saving someone's life.
You never know when you can go.
Give blood. I have done it, and believe it or not, it don't hurt.
I won't be scared. I'll give. You know you're gonna give blood. I'll make sure she does.
Sit down at the blood bank in a comfortable environment for 45 minutes.
Helping people.
You are stimulating your body to make brand new cells.
You get free cookies, you get juice.
Glad to know your blood group. Feels good.
I felt as a better person.
It's a good thing to be alive, and I can thank God that I'm there and I'm enjoying life.
Welcome back. His Excellency H.E Savarin, Mr. Savarin, and officials from the Ministry of Health made the annual Christmas visit to the Princess Margaret Hospital on Wednesday. His Excellency visited all the wards and took the time while on site to visit the construction of the $100 million National Hospital. His Excellency Savarin describes this year's visit to the hospital as special. He is pleased with how work on the new National Hospital is progressing.
This year's visit is a special visit as we are visiting at a time when work has already started on the construction of the new US $40 million state-of-the-art National Hospital on the grounds of the Princess Margaret Hospital. We are aware, nevertheless, that this construction will present its challenges, but like birth pains, and you're all medical people, the outcome will be a joy to everyone.
He thanked the medical professionals for the commendable work they continue to do with patients, even having to deal with the inconveniences of the construction of the hospital. The President also encouraged them to continue to provide quality service to all.
As we approach the end of 2016, I wish to extend my gratitude to all health professionals and the support staff who continue to perform their duties with compassion and dedication. I encourage you to seek always to deliver the highest quality of service at all times, regardless of the circumstances. Yours is a noble profession, and continued professional development in all of the various health-related disciplines is essential as we seek to improve the quality of the health care that is provided here at the Princess Margaret Hospital and indeed throughout the health services island-wide.
The Honorable Minister for Health, Dr. Kenneth Darrow, reaffirmed government's commitment to invest heavily in the health sector. He is happy that government could deliver on its promise for the new national hospital. The new national hospital is one of the 5 pillar projects agreed upon when Dominica and the People's Republic of China established relations 12 years ago.
As a government, we'll continue to do what we have to do to improve the health system. I'm a medical doctor myself by profession, as all of you know, and I've always given the commitment that I would like to leave it much better than how I found it. And we as a government will continue to invest in the health sector, and you can see signs all around you. If you just peep out the window, you'll see signs around you as to our investments in health. And the construction of the new national hospital is just one of such many investments.
5 departments, 7 retirees, 5 support staff, and 2 doctors were awarded for outstanding work over the past year at the Princess Margaret Hospital. And finally, Director of Trade Mathan Walter is confident that Dominica's negotiations in trade as it relates to the Economic Partnership Agreement EPA will have a positive impact on the average household in Dominica. In an exclusive interview with GIS News on Wednesday, Walter shared that these negotiations of trade agreements are mutually beneficial, particularly in the area of reduced tariffs.
The negotiation of trade agreements, they bring about what is called reduction in tariffs. And basically, the tariffs are the duties, the customs duties. And when you negotiate a trade arrangement, the country, for example, Britain, would indicate to you the goods that it, or the products that it has interest in. And then you now, as the member state, would indicate to Britain also the products that you, and by extension, the region, has interest in. You would be asked to phase out those products. So in other words, you would be asked to bring down the tariffs, the duties on those products over a period of time. Yeah? And that is really what the negotiation of trade agreements is about. It's about giving access into your market to the country who you are negotiating with, and vice versa. So it's a reciprocal. In general terms, the agreements are usually reciprocal in nature.
The EPA is a comprehensive agreement that governs how the EU and CARIFORUM member states trade and cooperate on a wide range of trade-related matters, including market access, goods, services, and trade facilitation. Dominica signed onto the Economic Partnership Agreement between the EU and CARIFORUM states in 2008, and when asked on the impact of these negotiations within other countries, he had this to say.
Because we have signed on to the CARICOM, the revised Treaty of Chaguaramas, our trade policy is done as a region. So therefore, the negotiations with Britain would not be done Dominica singularly. It would be done by the Office of Trade Negotiations on behalf of all member states, obviously with input being given by the Ministries of Trade.
He noted that although not reduced at the same rate, these lower prices will have a significant impact on household budgets.
With CARICOM, because of the economic divergences between England as a developed country and the CARICOM countries as developing countries, we'll have what is called asymmetrical reciprocity. And basically what that means is that we will not be liberalizing or reducing duties at the very same pace as Britain would. The impact on the household is that products that would be imported from Britain, for which we have agreed to reduce our duties for, would obviously be received in Dominica at a much cheaper price. So that is basically, how it works. So the Ministry of Trade goes out, we negotiate the trade arrangement. Britain indicates its products. We also have products from Britain that we would like to be affordable to the citizens of the country. And so we would decrease the duties in favor of those British products so that the Dominican consumer purchasing them would get it at a much better price.
Before we end the English segment of the news, here are some highlights of the President's Charities Christmas party, which took place at Londonderry last weekend.
Protection from abuse is every child's right. Everyone has a shared responsibility in protecting the child from abuse.
Mothers, believe your children when they say they've been abused, and follow through with child abuse cases when they've been reported.
For more information on child abuse or to report suspected cases on child abuse, contact the Social Welfare Division on 33 Great Marlborough Street or call 266-3020 or 266-3080.
Allô tout le monde, bienvenue à cette nouvelle en créole. Non, moi, c'est Pherson Saint-Louis. Premièrement, plusieurs pays OICS qui joignent en Dominique pour discuter Citizenship by Investment Program. Agence pays a discuté manière ces pays ça travaille ensemble taper investissement en bas programme là. Sinon, Minister Investment, Honorable Dr. John Colin McIntyre, c'est investissement ça là bien important pour le développement économique.
Aujourd'hui, ça nous c'est en session, comme c'est un meeting avec un meeting in pays comme Saint Lucie, Grenade, Antigua, Saint Kitts, Dominique. Aujourd'hui, nous venons ensemble à Dominique. C'est tous les années, comme si il y a 2-3 meetings qui a pas. Actuellement, il y a Dominique. Et ça, nous avons fait aujourd'hui, c'est un minute hot CBI, ça c'est Citizenship by Investment Program. Ça c'est le même programme là, où on a toutes ces oppositions qui parlent. Et bien, comment ils parlent mal contre les. Mais on est Saint Lucie ici, on est Dominique ici, on est Grenade ici, on est Saint Kitts ici, Antigua ici. Actuellement, ça, ils parlent contre, c'est comment nous ça fait par Citizenship by Investment Program primaire. Où ça c'est là qui était commencé, et puis tout le gouvernement qui passait. Il était à Freedom Party Union, à UWP Union, il parti chama bon la UWP Union parce que pas fait bon. Mais actuellement nous avons fait comme si il primaire, on primaire bail.
Sinon Minister McIntyre, ces pays qui travaillent en bas on sel power sol.
Tous ces pays à venir à Sam, Georgia, à Dominique pour un regional programme because depuis un mistake fait à un pays à la sec là, il a affecté tout le pays et pour nous-mêmes tous ces gouvernements actuellement, comme si de tous ces petits gouvernements, ces petits pays, ces OIC, ces pays comme ça, nous ne pouvons pas regarder comment nous allons lever l'argent pour développer ces pays. Avec CBI, à tous ces pays, c'est un pays qui est bien fort, c'est un pays qui nous besoin, avec nous parler pièces mystiques fait et puis ça, parce que c'est là où nous avons payé l'argent pour faire tout ce développement. Et c'est au calcul de l'argent qui est une non-taxe. On peut pas payer taxe comme ça. Mais ça, nous pouvons faire. Nous pouvons préserver ça. Comme si les gens qui ont fait application pour venir acheter en sorte investors, en CBI programme, ils ni pour ni, ça veut dire qu'ils ont due diligence.
À la nouvelle, le gouvernement Dominique a bien supporté le festival Siwenal qui prend place en territoire Kalinago Weekend Salam. Monsieur Gregory Wabes, c'est officier relations publiques comité qui a organisé le festival là.
Oui, c'est un plaisir pour recevoir support du Premier Ministre Roosevelt Skerrit, ministre des Finances et puis l'Office Premier Ministre pour le festival Siwenal Waraka. Nous recevons $15,000 en support pour le festival là, l'année là. Et le festival là, ça prend place samedi le 17 décembre. Et il y a deux parties du festival là, ça. Il a commencé par un concert, okay? Un concert sérénal. Et puis il y a plusieurs groupes, bandes sérénales, qui a joué dans le concert Sala, Banakayo, Pimanzozio, Karina, Carifuna, Layo Bits and Pieces, Prosper Paris aussi qui a passé des contes sur Noël, il y a d'autres gens comme Willis Joseph qui a chanté, il y a Toshan Combo, parce qu'il y a un petit combo Banaka Kalinago, pays Kalinago, moi-même là qui fait des bagages aussi.
Rabes mentionné d'autres activités.
Après le concert là, il y a la fête en Laoui, et puis il y a une Swinging Stars, il y a une Ecstasy Band, il y a une DJs là, et puis Club DVD Songs. So, avant ça, le 3 décembre, nous avons mis les lumières sur un pied bois, tree lighting ceremony et tout ça. Et puis on fait un Laoui, ça c'est un Entrisle, le 3 décembre. Et Et l'autre dimanche là, dimanche là, nous tenons, ça c'est le 11 décembre, nous tenons un concert de Music Lovers Band, et puis mettez lumière bois aussi, un pied bois aussi, tree lighting ceremony, nous tenons ça à Atkinson. So, effectivement, nous tenons ça à Trizell samedi, le 3 décembre, à Trizell, et puis dimanche, le 11 décembre, en Atkinson. Ça, c'est, vous mettez lumière en ces pieds bois là, Christmas Tree Lighting Ceremony, en anglais, vous avez dit ça. Et puis, vous avez ça chauffer, vous avez chauffer séminaire là. Nous avons d'autres communautés, là, vous avez des bagages comme ça, vous avez chauffer des bagages là. So, effectivement, c'est ça. Et puis, nous avons invité tous ces gens là, on Dominique, on part à Scalinago, Atkinson même, pour venir à Atkinson même, à ce village là, pour participer à un grand festival séminal Waraka week-end là.
Messieurs, mesdames, ça c'est tout pour nouvelle à Creole pour à présent. Non, moi c'est Pherson St. Luce. Qu'est-ce que tout le monde au bon saison Noël. Au revoir.
Coming up next, your tip of the day on adopting a charitable organization. There are over 10 organizations in Dominica who provide care for children, elderly and disabled, and the homeless. Here are some tips to help you choose which to assist. Give to groups you know. Make sure the charity is the one you think it is. Make sure you understand the group's work. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Find out about the expenses. Finally, volunteer. This can be a great way to get information about a charity before giving money. And that's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website news.gov.dm. Like our Facebook page, facebook.com/GISNewsDominica, and follow our Twitter at GIS Dominica. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. Live streaming is also available on our YouTube channel 24 hours a day. From all of us here on the GIS News production team, I am Lourianne Graham Carter. Thanks for watching and join us again next time on National Focus.